Welcome to Steel Curtain Productions. Please hit the likes and subscribe down in your right hand corner. And thank you to my subscribers and my followers. Muchly appreciated as have built an integral channel. Sorry that we don't get involved as much in the off season until we have factual information. So in off season, it's far and few between in videos. But however, we have an update just on signings up until this point since our last video. Please, you'll see a little ad on the front cover page, and that's Aura Contracting, and it's to deal with construction jobs and of that nature, decks, you name it, roofing. Anyway, jobs like that. Um, and I've dealt with him, and the owner is Glenn George Thomas. You can contact him at 1782-409-999 if you're in HRM, Nova Scotia, Halifax, Dartmouth area. That's where this company is in my homeland. And you can also get him at www.auroracraft.ca. And that's so as you can see there, you can go to the website on Google or Facebook, and you can see some of the projects that they have done. Very high quality projects. And so, yeah, my suggestion, and just let them know that Andrew sent you. That's the code. Tell him that's the code, Andrew, and he'll know that I sent you. And yes, you can be assured that if you've got some projects around your home that you need done, renovations or new build, whichever it may be, contact him. Good, honest, hardworking gentleman. All right, and my next one is for my computer tech, and unfortunately, I got to kind of put it up to the screen like that right now. I don't know if you can zoom in on that, but that's anyway. I will try to get it so that I can get it on the front page as well. James Sabian, and he builds my computers and sets up programs, and great tech. So he has his business down here as well in Clayton Park area of Halifax, and he can be contacted at James Sabian at eastlink.ca or 902-221-4976. And that's the end of that. So now let's get to it. This is about the updates with the Steelers. Let me get my notepad. I took some notes of who, since my last video, have they signed or action wise. Okay. So this is going to be an interesting episode. Bottom dollar being, like I say, first, tell your friends and family about it. I'm trying to grow this community so it's strong, and you can leave your comments at the end of the taping. Keep it civil. That's what we practice at this site. And I don't tend to get into gossip situations. That's why I'm quieter on the off season. However, there is some things to discuss, and especially now that it's created a bit of a dilemma for the Steelers. So anyway, Ben Chovanec, wide receiver, he signed a 2-year deal. He does a lot of gets a lot of dirty yardage for when he plays for his team. So he's kind of, I guess you would say, the style of Hines Ward, and probably nowhere near the talent of Hines Ward, but he's of that nature of a type of wide receiver. So they got 2 wide receivers signed, and Scotty Miller re-signed for a 1-year deal. Good to see Loudermilk sign defensive tackle 1 year, or he did quite a job. We got a new safety, Juan Thornhill, 1 year. Don't know much about him. Brandon Eccles, QB, 2-year deal. Don't know much about him. Dan Eckerlade, defensive tackle, 1 year. So a lot of, there's several signings up till this week. and up until this point. However, as we were talking about the QB dilemma, and I was telling you, at that point, that was before Russell Wilson was signed. He got signed off by the Jets. And I'm going to tell you straight out, now we know it's officially signed. And now we have the word seems to be that Aaron Rodgers, who we were holding out on to, with all these other players, sounds like he's going retirement mode. So if that being all of this being the case, I am very furious with the Steelers management. They toyed with this quarterback situation the entire time of the off season, and it is a huge dilemma. I have made it clear in my comments, in my videos. Stick with what you got for the time being. We know it's not a great draft for QBs. Do the sensible thing and sign Russell Wilson and Fields. I still think unless Fields is outrageously a terrible guy in the locker room, I don't know, but I would have signed him. He looked half decent on the field, and I would have kept the duo going, and Russell Wilson as well. Instead of toying with them, they shot themselves in the foot, in my opinion, by letting this hang and letting it go on far too long, thinking, oh, well, we got the opportunity for Aaron Rodgers. They kind of played with it too long. Whereas it would put these players into thinking, hey, well, we want to sign something. We want to, don't want to be hanging out in the breeze. And so they signed with other teams. What did we expect they were going to do? And I would rather have these guys, like especially Russell Wilson, a veteran, and Fields is not a rookie anymore. And he did a half decent job. He was solid, good leg work. To go, he seemed half decent and was, to me, headed in the right direction. Other than I don't know what he's like in the locker room. That's the only thing I can see. But I'm starting to get really concerned here. Now we got who we gonna run to now? Now there's talk that there's a QB in the draft, and we know this is not a great draft for QBs. So you're stuck. You shot yourself in the foot. I am so frustrated with one. I love the Metcalf signing. That seems to be the main thing that I like. Everything else is kind of, I don't know what the hell they're doing. You let Harris walk. I think that's, unless, and there was a lot said from Harris. We've heard a lot of words and not good ones. We have heard some confirmation from others uh, that have left the organization too. And they're really puts the offensive coaching in question for the Steelers as if they didn't know what they were doing. And you can't really kind of respond to it. I think they did better than when they were under Matt Canada, but I do have to agree with Harris in one sense. I don't think they totally got to where they needed to get, but it was an improvement. However, with Harris's situation, as much as I love the guy and I still wish we had assigned him, is it him or was it the coaching for the running game? That's my question there, because there's no doubt the offense has had troubles. We've seen it towards the end of even Ben being there, um, that the trouble had started. And finally we do something good and get Metcalf, and then now we're hearing murmuring from the Steelers organization, whether, and this is gossip. That's why I don't like to talk about it, but I kind of gotta put my tail on it a little bit here just to try to find, comment is there any truth to some of these stories either way? And well, just too much wrong going on here. It really, I think it comes down to we're now going to see with whoever's in the running game, which concerns me because Harris had a good stocky build for the solid run. So was it run protection that still needed more work? It was improving. I know he wasn't getting the yards the Steelers wanted, but you got to have the run protection as well. And we were improving with our run game, which was nice. But now, where do we stand with it? I'm very concerned. But seeing where the offense has gone, and now you hear the murmurs of Pickens. that they might want to trade off Pickens. That's extremely concerning for me because I thought the idea was to improve your receiver situation. It was great that now you got a number one with Metcalf. But why would you shoot yourself in the foot again in this situation when you got a good number two? Pickens is a great number two. This would have gave them a great passing, and you ain't got much on this team anymore. I see a team that's in disarray and in big trouble right now, offensively especially. They screwed themselves. This is totally on ownership and on Khan and Tomlin, because I know Tomlin has lots to do with the GMs when it comes to that roster. You screwed yourselves. And as a diehard Steeler fan, I don't know what we're going to have to go through to fix it. We better pray there's a bloody miracle on the horizon. Like I say, Purdy was available, and boy, I would have been all over that, especially in the situation you're in. If you could get your hands on Purdy, I'd be doing it because you got to have somebody behind there. And I still think you need somebody with experience and with some half decent caliber because you're in too tough of a division to be playing games. But this, I really think there's this management crew and coaching, the combined situation of these guys has screwed and handcuffed themselves. And I'm not too happy about it. I hope they really do because they act like they had this big plan. I sure hope you do because right now you're not looking too damn good. And I'll tell you, if things are going the way they're going, we're going to have a miserable and be in the basement in the AFC because this is retarded. What we allowed to happen, you toyed with two guys that did half decently for you. You had a veteran. You knew without a shadow of a doubt that the quarterbacks in this draft were just not up to snuff. And you let these two quarterbacks who played for you, and they played half decent. Yes, it wasn't what we all expected, but we needed improvement in our wide receiver situation too. But then we let a solid running back walk away, Harris, who was a first round draft pick. I don't know what the hell the Steelers are doing, but it's scaring the hell out of me offensively, and I'm losing my confidence and faith in what they're doing. And I would say, don't get your hopes up on the season coming unless there's some drastic moves made. Because right now I see a depleting offense, an organization that is toys so much that they delay so far much in their signing game that they'll end up losing players and have them walk away. And then they got themselves in a dilemma because if we got to go forward with just Rudolph, no knock against Rudolph, he's a third string quarterback. You're in trouble. You're in big trouble. And so I don't know. I am just disgusted. For me, I don't care. You got Coach Cowher, our ex-coach, in the wings, and things haven't gone so well since Kevin left. And I think Kevin might have seen this coming as well, and this Covert might have seen this, and this could be one of the reasons he decided to get his tush out. If there's any truth to the Tomlin situation, we're going to have to look at it, aren't we? You can be a winning coach all you want, but if you got a part of the game that you just can't, you're given a roster that's half decent, and you can't get them any farther in the playoffs. Well, you're not moving. You're just spinning your wheels. So there's been plenty of times we've had half decent rosters where we should have been able to make more noise. But this management, I liked Khan, but I didn't know that much about him. I got to be honest. I love the Metcalf deal. That's I always wanted Metcalf on our team. But other than that, this quarter, how could you let this get to where it's gotten? Now you're kind of screwed. I just see our hands tied. So hopefully there's some miracle sitting in somebody's back pocket because I, to me, it sure as hell don't look like they know what they're doing. And we're going to find out with a lot of these players like Harris and a couple others that left, if any of the info, because I'll tell you what, you kind of got to question it because the offense hasn't looked like they knew what they were doing with the program for a long time. Now, I improved last year with the signing of Smith, but it still looked like it had a ways to go. So you got to kind of question, are these guys like Harris onto something? And that's why they couldn't utilize him. And you're going to find out this year when he's with his new team, the Chargers. I believe he's with the Chargers. And I've got a feeling he's going to explode there. And what the hell, how we let so many first rounders walk away? I don't know. I mean, first it's your QB last year, who was a top draft. Now it's Harris. Geez, we might as well not have first round picks. So to me, wake up, Steelers organization, Mr. Rooney. Tons of respect for you, but you got to wake the hell up and give the fans something. Make this team a winning team again, because the process we're going don't look good. And if, like I said, with Cowher out there, this is a guy who I would actually hire for management. He knows how to build a team. He was part of that with him and Gover, and they seem to with Kevin, and those two seem to work very well intelligence-wise with building a team. I don't think Tomlin has that skill, and I'm sorry, I'm just saying it flat out. And I don't know enough about Khan. Makes the odd good deal, but watching a lot of these first rounders walk away doesn't look too much in his favor, does it? As of to, does he really know what he's doing? So anyway, with that, Steelers fans, sorry to put out a video like this because I'm disheartened, kind of disgusted with what I'm seeing and the way we played with that quarterback situation. Didn't need to happen. They should have wrapped that up and tied that up, knowing that that draft coming was not going to be the year to go after a quarterback. Next year would be. So they could have got these two guys signed that they had and win another season. But no. Wait till the last minute and toy around with people and thinking you can pick and choose as you please. Now you got yourself screwed. And us as the fan base suffer for it. Thank you for watching. Leave your comments. Tell me what you think. I'm just totally pissed with what's going on. I just hope they can shock me and prove that they know what the hell they're doing, because I don't see it. Thank you for watching. You've seen it here at Steel Curtain Productions. And if we hear any late more updates, we'll be back on for whichever updates happen. I do expect to hear something on the quarterback situation in the near future, because they got to do something. Unfortunately, the way it's looking doesn't look like it's going to be a good situation. Thank you for watching. Till the next episode, God bless. Have a good day.